Why is murdering Jolee Bindo far worse than fans initially realized? To many, the most heartbreaking deaths in KOTOR are potentially committed at the player's hand. From killing a misled Juhani in her dark grove, thanks to the Jedi Council's reprehensible attempt to see if brainwashing Revan had actually worked.
I will be your doom!
Or mind-tricking the hapless Wookiee Zalbar into strangling the life out of his best friend, a 14-year-old Twi'lek Mission Veo. Why? For her paltry transgression of not bowing to a newly returned Revan.
Zalbar, don't do this! Please! No!
However, one death in particular, at least superficially, seems to be more of taking care of a roadblock than a truly emotional moment. That is, of course, when upon the Ancients' ruins of the unknown world and siding with the fallen Bastila, the player can choose to fully embrace the dark side by murdering Jolee Bindo where he stands.
Don't do this, kid. I don't want to, but I'll fight you if I have to, even if it costs me my life.
But what is the deeper, more gut-wrenching reason this act is so much more callous than it first appears, and I dare say, a fitting beginning to Revan's second fall to the dark side? Well, here is a breakdown of the hidden heartbreak of killing Jolee Bindo.
Listen to me. The dark side leads to death and destruction. I've seen the horrors the Sith have unleashed on the galaxy. Turn away from this path.
Shut up, old man. Your time is over. The age of the Jedi and the Republic is no more. This is the age of Darth Revan and the Sith.
To fully understand why murdering Bindo atop the Ancients' temple with the aid of a fallen Bastila is so devastating, we must first explore the parallel drawn in Jolee's own past. Of course, to learn the Wayward Jedi's past, we must first pass various speech checks, patiently and persistently digging deeper and ignoring his belligerent attitude.
I'm not interested in your demands. I'll tell my story when I'm damn good and ready, which isn't now, so shoot!
It's during Jolee's sixth dialogue do we begin to delve into his time as a Jedi, or should I say, Padawan, as he never technically became a Jedi Knight, and the painful memory of how he met his wife, and her eventual fall to the dark side in which he reluctantly recalls.
Got something on your mind, do you?
You wanna talk about the war now?
Not particularly.
Regardless of persuade, we have a 40% chance of a success if we ask. No time like the present?
I suppose you're going to nag me until I cough it up, aren't you? Nothing is private anymore, it looks like. There's no escaping it, I guess. So be it. My wife's name was Neyama. She was the Yukatis enforcer who shot me out of the sky, if you remember.
No, I don't remember.
Bah! You got ears that work, don't you? I was a smuggler, way back. I got shot down once over Yukatis. That story, yes.
Are you going senile? I didn't ask about your wife, old man.
No, I'm not senile, damn it. Not yet, anyway. Well, at least I don't think so. At any rate, I'll tell the story the way I want to.
Okay. What does your wife have to do with the war?
My wife had plenty to do with the war. Upon meeting her, I knew right away that she was strong in the Force. That's why she was able to shoot me down. Neyama was a marvel of a woman. Fiery, determined, smart. She dragged me to the capital and foiled 3 of my attempts to escape prison. Oh, and that body.
Ugh. Anyway, the war?
Well, yes, that. Needless to say, I eventually won her over. That was after I kidnapped her upon being broken out of the Yukatis prison, mind you. But, that's another story entirely. At any rate, I wanted to train her in the Jedi way. The Council refused my request, naturally. I was still a Padawan at the time. I was an experienced Padawan, surely, but not yet ready to be a full Jedi, and certainly not ready to train another, especially not one so old as my wife.
Special dialogue now pops up due to our Revan revelation, and we can say, so you disobeyed the Council, like I did.
I did. I wasn't the first, and I won't be the last. The problem with self-righteous folk is they think they're more right than everyone else.
And what did she think of all of this?
Neyama was intrigued by the idea of becoming a Jedi. She liked the idea of power too much, perhaps, but I certainly didn't see that at the time.
So you're saying you were an idiot?
Easy to say now. At the time, I just thought I was right. I believed in her and trained her in secret. I ignored her willful nature. I loved her too much to see fault in her, and she loved me too. I know she did. At the time, our love was a shared bliss, better than anything I had known before or since.
So what happened?
Exar Kun is what happened. Neyama was inspired by Exar's promises of a new golden age. She wanted to join him. She came to me, pleading with me to throw aside what she called the decrepit trappings of the Jedi, to join her in Exar's war.
So she'd fallen to the dark side.
I hadn't thought so, not right then. I was too proud to believe that of her. I had trained her myself. I loved her. No, of course I didn't kill her. How could I? I pleaded with her to reconsider, to think about what she was doing.
What did you do?
I pleaded with her to reconsider, to think about all that she was throwing away, to think about what she would become. She would have none of it. Finally, in frustration, she attacked me. She drew her lightsaber and attempted to strike me down. It was a scene being repeated everywhere throughout the galaxy. Pupil against master. In my case, it was a long and terrible battle, but I defeated her.
You killed her?
No. I had her at my mercy, disarmed and defenseless. She looked up at me and she knew. She knew I couldn't do it.
Again, if we unlocked the Revan revelation, we have special dialogue and can say, sounds familiar. Seems like the Jedi don't like killing their helpless enemies.
But I should have. Sometimes I convince myself otherwise, but it's no use. She had fallen to the dark side when she raised her saber against me.
But she was a Sith then, right?
Yes, I think she truly fell the moment she raised up her saber against me. I've played that instant in my head so many times.
You should have died. You were a fool.
Was I? Sometimes I convince myself that I couldn't have done otherwise, that I couldn't have seen that she had truly fallen to the dark side. But yes, I was a fool, and I let her go. To my shame, she went on to kill many Jedi during the war until she herself was slain in the final battle. I grieved for her death, inevitable as it was, even as the Jedi Council put me on trial for my actions once the war was over.
They put you on trial?
I had trained Neyama against their wishes. I had failed to kill her when I had the chance, and she went on to kill others. Not to mention that I had remained a Padawan throughout the war. Or formality, perhaps, but with the trial, it had to be decided if I was worthy to become a Jedi at all. It was a travesty, of course. I told you that even the Jedi were capable of great injustices, didn't I?
So that's the source of all this bitterness. They found you guilty.
Not at all. They found me innocent.
Interestingly, most of Jolie's responses have a similar outcome. However, when you have the Revan revelation, the top two new dialogue options appear in which you can say, the Jedi are always fair and merciful. They gave me a second chance. Or, I agree with you. They destroyed my mind after all.
But I deserve to be tried. They found me innocent, even though I deserved every punishment and more. They let me go. Mitigating circumstances, they said. I deserved compassion, they said. They said I had learned wisdom the hard way. For all I had done during the war, they wished to raise me to full Jedi status at long last. That was when the Jedi left me. That was when they failed me.
No, you're wrong. You did deserve compassion.
For my pride? For my cowardice? Which do you think is the act more befitting a Jedi?
I don't understand.
No, maybe you don't at that.
You should be happy you got off.
They may have been able to forgive me. I could never forgive myself.
And you still believe that love is worth the risk.
Yes, I do, I suppose. Does that surprise you? It is all so long ago, lost in the winds, I suppose. Nobody cares what an old man believes anymore, do they? Let's continue on with the task at hand. I would prefer to think of the present today.
So, in summary, Bindo, a Padawan, met and trained his wife, Namaya, who was powerful in the Force, yet ultimately fell to the dark side, joining Exar Kun's war against the Jedi Order. Bindo was then forced to battle his own fallen beloved, and although Jolee defeated her in combat, he was unable to destroy her, to which she went on to slay many Jedi before finally being felled herself in the name of the Sith. Bindo, then believing he would have to repent for his crimes of ignoring the Council's wishes, was then instead met with open arms and even rewarded, much to his chagrin, with the rank of Jedi Knight. Embittered, he then left the Jedi Order to live in solitude.
You were a pathetic fool, Revan. Together we could have defeated Malak and ruled over an empire. But now, I will be at Lord Malak's side instead. You will be crushed with the Republic and all the fools who bow down to the Jedi Council. No one can stand against the power of the Starforge and the Sith fleet.
So imagine Jolee's horror as he travels knowingly with a reformed Darth Revan. However, just as Bindo was forced to face his own wife in combat, Revan too was forced to face and fight a fallen Bastila. As the player, we are faced with two distinct options. One is the canonical light path, where we attempt to redeem Bastila, battling her with Jolee and Juhani, and although she momentarily escapes, instead of going on to kill countless more Jedi, it's aboard the Starforge, where Revan succeeds in turning Bastila back to the light, where Jolee had tried and failed through the power of love.
Good luck, my love, and may the Force be with you.
Looking back on the story, it seems that in a way, aiding Revan here is a path of redemption for Bindo himself. However, today we're exploring the second, much more dark tragedy.
No, don't give in to your anger. Remain calm. Remain focused. Don't let her twist your mind like this.
See, instead of attempting to turn Bastila atop the Rakatan Temple, Revan can choose to embrace the dark side once more, with Bastila by his side. Much to Jolee's horror, history is repeating itself before his very eyes, except in a far worse manner.
Listen to me. The dark side leads to death and destruction. I've seen the horrors the Sith have unleashed on the galaxy. Turn away from this path.
Shut up, old man. Your time is over. The age of the Jedi and the Republic is no more. This is the age of Darth Revan and the Sith.
Don't do this, kid. I don't want to, but I'll fight you if I have to. Even if it costs me my life.
I am the Lord of the Sith. Bow down before me.
I'm a Jedi. I'll never bow down to the Sith. If you go through with this, I have no choice but to do battle against you.
Kill him. Grind his old bones to dust. Show him the fate of all who dare stand against us. Embrace the dark side.
Death to the Jedi.
Yes, the sacrificial blood will consecrate this ancient temple in the name of the Sith. With the death of the Jedi, the rebirth of Darth Revan will be complete.
As we force Bindo to face the same battle again he did with his wife, albeit this time he would ultimately perish at his companion's own hands. And to add insult to injury, looming over his lifeless corpse, Bastila and Revan plot to return the Sith to their former glory, successfully overthrowing Malak and surpassing even Exar Kun's wildest ambitions to spread pain and misery to the galaxy, and I dare say, beyond Jolee's darkest nightmares. An act that would even make his dead Sith wife, Namaya, proud.
Malak is dead! All hail the return of Darth Revan, the true Lord of the Sith!
All hail Lord Revan! All hail Lord Revan! All hail Lord Revan!
The Sith bow before you. You have reclaimed your rightful throne. The Jedi Order is in tatters. It is only a matter of time until your Sith minions wipe them from the face of the galaxy. The Republic fleet is decimated. The core worlds are defenseless against us.